Alright, in theory, we should be live. There we go. We're live. There we go.
Yippee!
I need to mute that stream
There's an
because
ad.
otherwise I'm actually going to die. Alrighty. Welcome back, one and all, to episode whichever one this is of Depths of the Druma, and my first time streaming, so hopefully it doesn't go too terribly, because I don't know how to use Twitch. In any event, after the last expedition, which was a dubiously successful attempt at rescuing some folks, that ended in the discovery, or rather reintroduction, without context, of your rivals slash competitors slash definitely not pirates. You have all made it back safe and sound to Gorgon Point, which is where we find you all, presumably going about your daily lives in between missions. Does anyone have something specific they'd like to do before we kick anything off?
Now we reset our stress level back to 0.
Yes.
I think Commander Plum just gets up, gets himself clean, and gets ready to get to work.
Verdant and Marin were gonna make popcorn, if I remember correctly.
We already did that.
We've done a bit of a time skip. We'll consider the snacks acquired.
We make all the popcorn.
Not all of it. That's a waste.
No, just like we find different ways to use our lab equipment to make popcorn.
We experiment.
Yeah, that's what we do.
I assume, Nikki, that Honey is brooding as always.
Yep, brooding away in the armory and such, going over all the weapons, yada yada yada.
Alrighty, I should have turned the music on.
Womp womp.
Yes, only one other person is in here. I put a temporary link. I put a temporary link in the
Hello, that'd be me.
General Mess channel because John and I are terribly disorganized and forgot that this was a thing that we needed.
I literally sent you a reminder.
Yeah, John is slow at responding to things.
Rest in peace.
I can't help him with that one.
All right.
Alrighty, so let me finish getting situated here, because as established, I'm terribly disorganized. Alrighty, so after the couple of days that have elapsed since your last expedition, you guys have been taking some good old R&R. But as you're going about your days, the loudspeakers in Point Gorgon crackle to life. And as they do so, a familiar voice from the beginning of your time here echoes out. Verdant, Plum, Honey, and Marin, please come to the dive deck at your earliest convenience. I have a job for you.
Commander Plum just puts out his pipe and starts meandering his way over.
Am I safe in assuming that everyone else does the same?
Indeed.
Yep.
Alrighty, so you guys all once again take the voyage down the elevator to the deck where the submersibles are housed, docked, repaired, rearmed. We'll call it that. And standing on the wharf next to your submersible is Senjar, who is familiar to all but one of you personally, but I'm assuming that Marin is probably aware of his presence, given his role in the expedition and the fact that she's been here for a while now. So he greets all of you as you approach. And behind him, you can see that the submersible is being worked over by a number of other personnel who are seemingly installing a couple of new additions to your submersible before you set off in whatever direction that Senjar sends you. And how are you all today? I hope you're not too busy to get your feet a little wet.
Well, I think my scar has finally healed, so I think I'm 100% good for action.
That is just as well. As I'm sure you are all aware, these seas are more dangerous than we could have expected. As such, I am taking it upon myself and upon yourselves to establish a better understanding of how all of the ecosystems connect down here. To that end, I would like you all to go and do a bit of examination, we'll say. There are unusually large creatures down here, as I'm sure you're aware. Ones that defy most understandings of how these creatures are supposed to develop and grow and live. We want to know why. And we want to know whether it has something to do with what Scylla is doing here as well.
Yes, that's the pirate organization, correct?
Yes. Of course, they are here because profiting off of relics and magical artifacts and history is, well, it's not a new business, but it's still thriving. But there's nowhere that shows quite as many anomalous types of life than the area we are in. And that is what I am interested in. You see, some of the other preliminary expeditions we have sent out have discovered forms of life that we have seen elsewhere, but on a much, much greater scale. And that is where I'm hoping that you, considering that there are a few scientists among you, might be able to help us understand.
So, something in the water is making them bigger. A lot bigger.
Maybe? We simply don't know. Now, there is a location where we have seen a number of these anomalous creatures around and about, and I want you to go there and take a look around. See if you can find where they live, how they live, things of that nature.
So, how deep are we going?
Well, obviously that depends. We don't know exactly where these creatures live consistently. It's only an area. But your submersible is rated to several hundred meters, so I doubt you should have too much difficulty moving where you need to go.
Verdant looks so excited.
And he gestures back at the submersible, and the people who are working on it. As you can see, there are some modifications being made. Considering the dangers that we have that we are now aware could be facing you. There are two systems that we are installing. One is a noisemaker. Basically, if you consider yourselves under threat, you deploy the noisemaker. It distracts while you make your swift getaway. And the other is a single light torpedo. It won't do you much good in a drawn-out fight. It is a matter of last resort. We don't even know if it will work properly yet. It has not been field tested. Full disclosure.
Oh. And how many shots do we have with the noisemaker?
Well, on board, you have 2. Currently, that's all we have. We haven't had time to develop more. Hopefully that changes soon. It's the same with the torpedo. It's the only one we have.
I'll write these down.
Now, the location that I'm sending you is a sparse reef, and it is pockmarked by caves. Now, we think that these caves are probably locations in which life likes to grow in safe, contained spaces. It's possible that one of the larger ones will lead you to the answers you're looking for.
Well, I guess hopefully our sonars will allow us further knowledge. When are we to depart?
As soon as you are all ready. The work is nearly done by the time that the submersible is fully supplied. It will all be sorted.
Well, understood. Are we ready to board? And Plum will look at the party.
Verdant looks. He is writing notes down already, and is seemingly ready to board whenever.
Honey figured that we were about to be sent out, so she came packing, got her gun, got the knife on her hip. She's ready to go.
Alrighty.
Marin at some point slipped away and is just now coming back with packs full of lab equipment for herself and Vernon. Because she heard study creatures.
Valid.
So I believe it will help us quite a bit if we're able to obtain a sample.
That would be ideal.
Understood.
Now, I suppose it goes without saying, but considering the fact that you are going to be chasing down creatures of great size, play it safe. There's no need for any heroics. This is not a matter of desperation, we are just trying to learn.
Would you like us only to get the larger, specimens? If we're able to get smaller ones, would you want that?
Smaller specimens are always helpful for research, but in this instance, the goal is a better understanding of the colossal size of life form.
When you say colossal,
Yes?
how colossal?
I'm running D&D on stream.
Like Leviathan, like juniper
I'm
whale,
sorry.
colossal?
I didn't see it. I'm sorry.
I think those whales we saw last time are
Yes, please, if that's possible.
a taste of what we'll find.
Well, I doubt that it will be quite as large as a Jupiter whale, but yes. Things that are bordering on or fully within the Leviathan class category.
Okay. Okay. Well, in that case, I suppose I'm good to go.
We will
Maybe.
get going in just a moment. I apologize. My entire computer is running at like one frame per minute.
Oh no.
Roll20 tends to do that for some reason.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Give me one moment. I'm going to reload my Roll20s. Apologies. Okay, that has improved matters.
You went from one whole frame to 2 whole frames.
Truly, we are truly living large here. Okie
Gotta go
dokie.
fast.
So, you all set off in the submersible, out of Gorgon Point and back out into the depths. Now, this journey is a little longer than the previous ones, as you are having to push out a little further, a little deeper, in order to get into a more remote location. Because obviously, the impact of society does kind of limit the capacity for life to grow. But before long, you find yourselves sailing over a sparsely covered reef. The consistent thum 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 of the submersible's propellers resonating throughout the submersible, and but in between you can still hear the ambient sounds of a very, very active ecosystem. Could I have those in the position of observer in the submersible make an observation check for me?
Absolutely.
Yeah, assumedly I'm the pilot, so that's not me.
We have no stress right now, correct?
Correct.
That's why I thought. I just wanted to be sure.
Damn. Fuck.
What'd you get, buddy?
Roll. I got 3 5s and 3
That
4s.
is an impressive number of not 6s.
Or 4 5s and 3 4s. Excuse me.
That's almost impressive.
I'm too busy looking out the window and not at the radar thing that actually tells me where stuff is.
Can I use the sonar on our
I got
vehicle?
1 6.
Okay. Well, thankfully, someone got a 6. So, like I said, you're currently gliding above a sparse reef. And while you don't spot anything that necessarily fits the description of a Leviathan class creature, you can see some indications that one is in the area. You can see areas where the reef is kind of crushed, or things are kind of bent out of place, as if something large has moved through and pushed them aside.
It's like a bear trampling the local surface level fauna, or like flora.
Yeah, exactly.
May I turn on the sonar just to let us know if something's coming up?
Are you
Well,
okay? Let
I
me.
guess that'll bring more attention, huh?
Yeah, let me clarify. Do you want to use like the hydrophones to just listen, or do you want to? Okay.
I'll use the hydrophones.
Yes.
Like a contact skill.
Yes.
One success.
Okay. So you listen in, and as you do so, you can hear a subtle booming sound, one that resonates through the water, over great distances, because it's, in that lower register. So you can definitely hear that something is out there, but it's still quite a ways off.
Oh, this is astoundingly awful, but it seems like it's far away.
Sorry?
I was just going to ask, are there any smaller fish that are active in this area currently?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of, both, smaller fish, occasionally, like, crustaceans and everything. It's a pretty solid balance,
Okay.
of smaller scale life, and occasionally you'll see, like, a shark gliding through the water here and there, but nothing you'd say abjectly abnormal.
Commander Plum will look up at Marin. Marin, could you please keep an ear on the hydrophone for the foreseeable future? I hear something, but it's far enough away that I think we should keep an ear on it. What do you think?
Yeah, you got it, Cap. Whatever you say.
I give you no bonuses, and may God have mercy on your soul.
That's fine. Sam, would you like me to roll another observation roll?
Yes,
for
I would.
keeping an ear out? Great.
Hopefully this is just like an overall for like the next while.
Yeah, that there's no sixes, but also no ones, so I can't do anything.
Great start.
So are we going to just follow where it, or like we're trying to track it down, right?
Yes.
I'm saying that to
Oh.
Captain Plum.
Well, I think we should investigate this location a little bit first, and maybe then consider going out of our way to find whatever is on the hydrophone. I like my limbs where they are currently.
Man, you're more cowardly than my sister.
I'm not cowardly, I'm just doing what's best for the crew and following our mission.
Our mission is to follow the creature.
Our mission is to go to the objective marker first, and then follow the creature. But they did say that there might be something interesting in this pile of coral reefs. Didn't they?
Well,
They said there might be something in this cave, in the coral reefs.
Yes.
Well, there you go. We're just completing our mission first, and then we can go out of our way to see this creature on our way back.
Unless it comes to see us first.
Which is incredibly likely.
That would never happen.
Don't say those things.
Yeah, guys, did you hear the voice of the ocean said that's not gonna happen, so we're fine, right?
Man, the ocean can't speak to you.
I swear. Okay, maybe it's because I'm next to the hydrophone, but I definitely heard the ocean talk.
You do tend to hear things while listening to that, and one can go crazy.
So, we're driving towards the cave.
Yes.
So, you guys follow these disturbances on the ground. The as you travel, you start to pick up on a couple more details here and there. You see that these, like, the damages to the reef are kind of like, you can see that they're kind of puncture holes in the ground, as if something with sharper appendages is walking along it. And you can see, as you pass, a large section of reef that's kind of been, like, ground down. Like, you know those really large round pieces of coral? Like the not like a brain, like sort of like a brain coral, right? But like really really large. That has been kind of ground down, um, in sort of like a concave manner.
So the brain coral is especially large.
Well, it's just like a round piece of coral, like a brain coral.
Oh, I see.
It's very large, and it's been like kind of chewed out, sort of, suggesting that whatever you're following has A, quite a large appetite, and B, isn't predatory. At least not itself, or intentionally. And as you guys continue, with a careful ear on the hydrophone, you can hear those deep booming sounds that you noticed earlier get progressively louder and louder and louder, until you can start to make out that these booming sounds are actually a series of booming sounds. And you can hear them more individually now that you're closer, and the sound isn't quite as distorted. And you can surmise that these are footsteps, just very very large footsteps. And could I have a couple of you make observation rolls again?
Yeah, we'll see how well it goes this time.
This is like some kind of crab or isopod.
I got
I'm gonna
one!
scream so loud.
Honey really doesn't
Yes!
see shit.
2 ones. Dang. How many successes did you get, Marin?
Marin got 4 6s.
That's actually pretty solid.
So that's 1 for me, 4 for Marin.
Nice. So, peering through the portholes on the front of the submersible, you guys can see this dim reddish glow. And as you've been following the sounds of these footsteps, the water has gotten progressively more and more murky as time has gone on. And it's through that murk that you see this dim glow. And as you guys continue to move towards it slowly, it starts to become clear what that glow is. because before you, slowly plodding along, you can see this kind of just immense version of a creature that actually Marin and Verdant are already familiar with. There is a type of medium-sized crustacean that can grow to about, normally, like 3 to 5 feet in length. So it's pretty sizable for a crustacean, but not massive as far as oceanic standards. This one is quite a good deal larger. As this creature steps, massive clouds of silt and debris billow up from where its feet land. 1 sec. Yep.
What
Yeah,
in the
I
hell is with
understand.
all
I
the
can't
damn
step away.
crabs around here?
Okay.
What do you mean? This is the first crab we've ever seen.
No, it
No,
isn't.
it's not.
Nope, first crab. This is I'm not coping right now. You are.
Are you okay?
I don't like crabs. They freak me out a little bit.
Do you need to talk about it?
No,
Hey, can
as
I
a
make
matter
you
of
feel
fact,
better about
not.
crabs?
You're going to tell me a horrifying fact about them, aren't you? Just to make my day worse, aren't you?
So, based on underwater evolution, and if you look at like where animals existed in like prehistoric times to now, evidence points that everything eventually becomes crabs.
Good.
Do you want to know a
Lovely,
fact that
even.
might make you feel better?
Okay, you I trust.
Crabs don't have a closed circulatory system, so if you stab it, there is no veins. It will just keep pumping out of it.
That is actually fascinating. I did not know that.
Yeah, all of their blood is just kind of swashing around inside them.
So,
How is that more comforting than me telling you that you, not you personally, but eventually all of us will become crabs?
that's not how evolution works. I think I will maintain my tiefling status till the day I die.
Yeah, I'm not saying us and like our spirits or souls or whatever, belief system you have. But eventually all humanoids will become crabs. So don't be scared of them.
Well, that's future us problem. Current us has a crab to kill. Or take a sample of. I'm not sure which you wish to continue this.
Sam,
Yeah.
is there a name for this creature?
It is a reef walker.
Reef walker. Okay, thank you.
Do you have a
Big
picture of
fuck.
this or no?
Yes, I am working on that. As established, I am unfamiliar with OBS, so I am slightly on the struggle bus, in addition to absolutely heinous frame rates occasionally.
We need to fill in with more pointless banter. So, what's your two plan? What do you two think?
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't get that far. Oh god, that is it's a big shrimp. That is a large shrimp.
I think it's more crab than shrimp, but you're the
No,
scientist.
look at Twitch.
Insinuate that it would be small.
I said it was a crustacean, not a crab.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
a
I don't
big
have the Twitch
scrimp.
open.
It is a big scrimp.
Where do you have the picture?
It's on Twitch if you open up
I
the
can post it
Chromar.
also in the
Oh, nope, I see
general.
it. I see it.
You should
But-
post it anyways, but
Are you sure
you
it's
should
not
post it
more
in
of a
character
prawn?
intros. Because that's where John posts all of theirs.
Valid.
Anybody catch that?
It's a prawn?
Yeah, are you sure it's not just a prawn?
It's a bit
Oh
bigger
god,
than any prawn
that's
you've
terrible.
seen.
Well, it's bigger than any shrimp I've seen too.
So, what's your game plan? You're the scientists, you're in charge right now, because honestly, I'd rather just take a few pictures and leave.
I mean, pictures were help, certainly. Um, I'm not going to lie, Sandra didn't really get us anything to put, like, actual bits into.
It's okay. I got and Marin will open up the packs that she packed and just start pulling out various lab equipment. See, look, I brought us containment vials. I knew we would need them.
Do you have any big syringes? Because I'm not sure you're going to get through the shell with much anything else.
Well, you might not get through the shell with a syringe, but definitely one of the joints would be possible.
We just have to hope they're not like mantis shrimps.
It doesn't look like it has mantis shrimp legs.
Are those
This
the
is just like a normal shrimp that like is normally somewhat small, that is just oversized.
Like I said, it's normally between 3 and 5 feet when it's fully grown, so it's still pretty. Like, this is a large crustacean. But this is
Sam,
way larger than what it's expected to be.
do our knowledge tell either Verdant or I that the shrimp have any sort of funny little defense mechanisms?
And how big are we talking here? Like, is it the size of our ship?
It is larger than your submersible.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah, this thing is probably about, like, somewhere in the range of, like, 8 to 10 meters tall.
What are the typical predators for a scrimp like this?
Larger fish, generally those that have, like, beak-type mouth parts to break through their shells. Other crustaceans along those lines. Kind of what you'd expect for most bottom-dwelling crustaceans.
Okay.
To get back to what you were asking, Julia, generally, these things are pretty passive. They're just foraging herbivores, essentially, that just that feed off of the coral. Most of the time, they're kind of just chilling. They're non-aggressive, so you can generally expect, if it behaves the way that others behave, its normal variations, that as long as you don't actively bother it, it should probably just leave you alone.
Is there any way to gather a sample from it without disturbing it?
I mean, if you want to follow it around until it excretes waste.
That is an option, but I think, this might just be my biases coming through, hitting it with a missile and taking a good amount of the goo and maybe some of the shell, is that researchable?
If
think-
it doesn't blow the ship up, yes.
Also,
Maybe?
above table, I don't know whether this was poor communication on my part. The goal was to learn more about how these creatures live, not take back its head as a sample.
Trophy.
Ah, I see. Then I will address what I said. Perhaps we should
Also,
just
I think
follow
we
it.
should keep the missile in case something, aggressive comes after us.
No, I misunderstood our goal. Then I think we should follow it and see where it goes. Maybe it has a nest somewhere.
Is this one female or male?
Roll me observation.
Not survival? Okay. Observation's better. This is okay for me.
Would that be nature?
I don't think there is a
Trey,
nature skill.
what system do you think we're playing right
I thought there was like a knowledge skill. Wait, maybe I'm dumb. I am dumb.
now?
No, because there's normally no nature in space.
I got a 6.
This one is a male.
Well, I don't think it has like a clutch or anything just chilling. Normally, scrimps hold their clutch to their bellies, so we're just kind of vibing for now. Might fight another giant scrimp for territory.
So, what do you two think could have caused that?
Well, typical reasons for species to grow really large is a lack of predators, but there is plenty of predators in the area, so that doesn't really make sense.
Sometimes the ocean depth can also make things go really big. That's why when you go into like deep sea, there's like the huge giant squids and stuff.
Um, the other thing, it could just be something in whatever it's eating. Could make some of the growth hormones in its system go hyperactive essentially and make it really big.
You
Hey
know,
Sam,
Yeah.
can I make some sort of check? This is gonna sound strange, but can I make some sort of check to know whether or not there is a ley line in the vicinity of where we're at?
I'm going to make an executive decision and say that this submersible would have some kind of sensor suite that would allow you to do that.
Great.
To
May
attempt to.
I
should say.
attempt to do that then?
Yes.
What kind of check would you like?
Comtech.
Comtech. Comtech. Okay, that's not my worst skill. Hey, that's 2 6s. Let's go.
Okay, so
2 out of 5. That's not bad.
as you work with the sensor suite, you are able to detect that there are an increased amount of kind of like ambient magical influences in this area, but you are not able to determine whether or not you are on or like immediately nearby a ley line.
if following it leads to nowhere, we could either follow that ambient magic signature or maybe follow its path of destruction. Maybe something it came across is why it's this way.
Yeah.
Um,
You know, honey, if it's something it eats, we could get you some.
Honey just glares.
Also, Verdant, I think I might be onto something.
Mm-hmm.
It's not really my specialty. And she'll pull up her findings on the sensor sweep on one of like the larger monitors for everybody to look at. I'm picking up some environmental magic. Not a lot, and I can't really pinpoint it, but what if it's eaten something near a ley line?
I mean, it's possible.
Nearly what now?
A ley line? You know, the sources of magic that run all around the planet?
I thought this was common knowledge at this point.
I look like I do magic to you?
No, but I don't do magic either.
It's like not knowing
But-
about the tides. Ley lines are just one of those things in the world. Lines are just
Yeah.
one of those things in the world.
That doesn't mean all of us are super attuned with them, though.
So, if following it leads nowhere, what do you suggest? Just follow the ley line?
I mean, like I said, I can't really pinpoint if we're on one or near one. I'm just picking up some not magical
Not
readings.
magic.
Not magic, yeah.
Well, I guess following it for the time being is our best bet. Everyone in agreement?
Yeah.
Okay,
You're driving.
so following this creature, there are a couple of things that I am going to want from you guys. One, Trey, give me a piloting roll so that you can maintain a consistent, safe distance and, track with this thing as it plods along the seabed. The rest of you, well, I should specify, Verdant and Honey, feel free to give me observation rolls. And
Fuck.
Marin, I assume, are you staying on those on the sensors, watching the returns from those?
Yeah.
So I pushed it, but I got a 1 on the panic die.
Okay.
Shall I roll another d6?
Yep.
That was not the button I should have pressed. I'm good.
You're
Got
chilling.
I got 1 success.
Alright, you don't want to roll high on the panic die roll, right?
Yes, the higher, generally the worse.
Okay. Can I push my observation?
Do you have a point of stress?
No.
Then technically no, I don't believe so.
Okay.
Did you roll, Julia? Or am I blind?
I'm rolling with physical dice because
Oh.
I'm weird.
So I am not blind. That is good.
You're not blind. I rolled 2 6s.
Okay.
Which is great because all of my other dice were 1s.
I
Damn,
did
okay.
succeed. I did succeed in my roll, though. I did get 2 successes.
Yes. Okay, so you are able to maintain a good following distance on this colossal reef walker by expertly managing the throttle and your buoyancy. You keep it nice and quiet, nice and smooth. You're locked in. Verdant doesn't see much of it, doesn't spot much of anything, being a little too distracted by all of the life that is surrounding them. As you guys follow this creature, it starts to plod further and further down, and as the light from the surface kind of starts to fade away, the walls of the seabed start to rise, and you end up kind of following this reef walker down a kind of it becomes a valley and like sloping down into the depths. As for Julia's role, again, while you are unable to determine confidently that whether or not you are on a ley line, you are able to see that as you continue to follow this creature, the returns are becoming more and more intense, which does certainly suggest that you're at either heading towards a focal point or at the very minimum, towards another source of some kind of magical energy.
Great.
What did Honey see?
Oh, Honey rolled a success. I missed
Yep.
that because I can't read. I am blind, as it turns out. You make a note of, as you begin to descend, you make a note of a number of small needle-nosed fish that seem to be hovering around the reef walker. They are swimming around it, kind of hiding underneath its bulk. But it makes this sort of shimmering cloud that fills the water beneath its legs. This may or may not have relevance. If I don't forget.
Yeah, Honey would definitely point that out to the scientists. Filter feeders, parasites. What do you think?
Oh, it's probably a symbiotic relationship. A lot of times when big animals have things like that, normally it's sharks. But they keep it safe from predators, and also they get to eat the little bits that the predator normally eats or forgets to eat.
Well, if they're eating,
Sometimes they can be parasitic, but not like that.
well, if they're eating the stuff that thing's eating, you think they're gonna get bit that big too, or maybe it's something they can't eat?
I mean, it's very possible, but um, I don't know because normally they use larger animals as like a hideaway, like protection, you know? So I don't know how being bigger would work, but it's possible.
Well, I mean, those shrimp aren't supposed to be that big either, but
Would you like a observation or survival check for extra information, Sam?
Yeah, sure. If you'd like.
Which one?
Um, observation, methinks.
Up. That's 3 successes. Tell me about these pretty fish.
Um, so these needle-nosed fish appear to be, um, mostly using this reef walker as a means of protection, based on the way that they're kind of hiding in the nooks and crannies underneath it. But you can see that, as you speculated, there are sections of it that you can see them kind of preening at, loose bits of carapace, and just otherwise kind of cleaning this much larger creature up.
Mm, mm, mm. How big are the needle-nosed fish?
They're
Small,
no
mid-sized?
longer than the average forearm. They're quite small,
Okay,
but there's quite a lot of them.
okay. Yeah, Verdant will just point out how they're cleaning it. So it's most likely a symbiotic relationship and, like, probably not super parasitic or anything, but
So as you guys continue to follow it down, you can see the valley that you guys are sailing through slowly begin to taper. It's narrowing. And as it does so, out of the murk, you can see the mouth of an immense cave. Large enough to allow the entrance of a creature of a bulk even like this. Now, it is worth noting that if you desperately want to, you could try and fit the submersible inside of this cave. However, it's a real tight fit. And you can see as the reef walker plods in through the mouth of this cave that it, even going into what appears to be its own home, it scrapes chunks of rock off of the walls.
I have a question.
Yeah.
How territorial are these normally?
Like I said before, they are generally very passive.
Okay.
Do you think we're good to find? Do you think we're good to go in with it?
How confident are you in driving?
Middling. This might have to be a situation where we need to get out on foot, but I hate that idea.
I mean, worst case, maybe the silverfish will try to pick little dead bits off of us and not find anything. Or the shrimp steps on us.
What do you all think? Can we actually fit in there with our vessel?
Like I said, you could, but it would be real close. Like I said, when the reef walker walked in, it scraped chunks of rock off of the sides of the entrance to this cave. Like, it's a real tight fit.
Well, you may be able to drive us in, but do you think you'd be able to back the whole way out?
I'm unsure. If we had a pilot with us, it'd be a lot more certain, but I don't know. I guess I could give it a shot.
I don't think we want to swim the whole way back. So do we really want to risk that?
I think it might be best if we get out on foot.
Yeah, I was thinking the same.
Yeah, let's do it. And reminder, twist left, not right. No, right.
No.
Left, not right. Right? Or is it left?
Great. Now you're making me second guess how to put this damn thing on.
It's
It's
left.
fine. It's left.
I wrote it down.
I'm glad one of us did.
So we suit up and we get ready to go on out.
Yes.
Alrighty. Why won't it update the map?
I'm just
To make
looking at
life
the black
difficult.
screen.
Guys, it's just really dark in the tunnel.
Honey, didn't you say
Secret
you got a
tunnel.
flashlight?
Secret tunnel.
Why is
That
it
might
this way?
Be copywritten.
I think it is copywritten.
Well, it's a good
I
thing
don't think we're allowed to
hung
sing
two
that.
lines.
Yeah, but I really wanted to sing it with you.
Pardon, I'll be right back. I need to hit the bathroom.
Yep, no worries.
Of course.
Through the coral.
This is a good little break time while we figure out while we try and find the button for the flashlight.
Why is this not working? This is most curious. I am so bad at using technology for using technology so regularly.
Is it the fog tool? Do you have things in a fog of war?
It's just changed. Well, yes, but it's not changed the map as I intended for it to change the map.
Oh.
Are you on the right page?
How do I swap between pages?
Give me a second.
Like, I have the correct page up on my side.
Yeah, then, and did you drag us to that page?
Yes, but it doesn't show it on the... I have two versions of Roll20 up. One is the player version, one is the GM side. And it hasn't updated which map is being hidden, because the proportions are different, and when I unhide it, it doesn't unhide. I am so very good at this. You know what? I'm just going to change the source, and I'm going to just not have there be fog of war.
Okay.
Yes.
My immersion.
I haven't been able to
Oh
come down. I'm
no.
streaming. Okay, it's just... I'm
It's
sorry,
fine.
everyone else
Realistically,
was
the shrimp would be lighting
very...
everything up for us because it's glowing red.
That is fair.
Yeah, I know.
Your immersion has been reignited.
But how much would it really be glowing if it, at its normal size, is a prey animal?
Well, red light at deeper depths, you don't see. Like, very
Okay.
few animals have red light vision because it filters out. I don't know how that would work with Quelmar, though, because they have reds. Do we have a red sky or do we have a blue sky in this universe? It depends on how fictional it is. We have tieflings.
I assume it's a blue sky.
Well, because Quelmar is weird. And Quelmar normally has a red sky.
I was unaware of that.
I think John said in one of the first sessions that we had a red sky.
So, are we all back and good to go?
Yep.
Alrighty. So, you find yourselves in your suits, having disembarked the submersible at the entrance of this cave. Strands of flora hang down from the ceiling, kind of almost looking as teeth to the maw of this cave.
Yeah, just heads up, we can't see the map.
Yeah, on Roll20 we can't see anything, but on this Twitch stream it's revealed.
I love consistency. That's what I was talking about before, like the map is not updating on the player side for some reason.
Oh, weird.
I'll refresh, see if that works.
I can also...
I'm not sure what's going on.
Nope, still black. Although there's now a green background behind the black.
Terribly sorry, everyone.
No tokens on this page have vision.
Okay, we're just gonna theater of the mind this for the
Yeah,
for
you
the
can
meanwhile.
control
You can use the
tokens.
Twitch stream as necessary. This wasn't meant to have combat anyway, so it shouldn't be a huge terrible deal.
Okay.
So Sam, Marin gets out of the sub, swims up to the shrimp, and punches it.
Julia,
Yes.
Julia.
Marin gets gulped down in one bite. The end.
Julia, are you so insistent on being the first player death?
No.
Sorry, I just discovered something amazing.
What's that?
What?
I made a character sheet in Roll20 in the Aliens system.
That's kind of cool.
We'll have to worry about that for next time.
Yeah. Anyway, continue. Julia dies?
True, real.
No. Yeah, Julia dies. Marin does not die because this is Julia bothering Sam, not Marin actually punching a shrimp.
That's real. Okay. So, like I was saying, you find yourselves in the opening to the maw of this cave. The Reef Walker has gone inside, and as far as you guys can really see, it's just murky water and a couple of faint, dim glows from inside. Not multiple faint, dim glows like the Reef Walkers, though.
So we
Not
move our
dim
way
Reef
in,
Walker glows. A different glow?
Yes.
like bioluminescent glow.
From what? What is this coming from?
Fauna or flora, apparently, I guess.
Okay. That's less
It
scary.
is murky, and from outside you are not able to see. Hang on, I think I figured it out. I may have resolved the issue. I might have learned how to do the thing.
Ooh.
That's not what I wanted. Okay. Hee. Has this resolved the issue?
Yay, we can see.
Yippee!
Now we can.
It
Yes.
disappeared.
Good. We're just gonna do this.
Oh, we can see just in front of us.
Yeah.
Twitch cannot see.
Twitch cannot see at all?
Twitch sees black.
It's because I'm framing it terribly. There we go. I learned how to do the thing. Yippee! Okay. Cool. You all should be in control of your characters now, I think.
So yeah, as you fight with that,
I'm sorry, Nikki, what was that?
Okay, I was really concerned it was my Wi-Fi dying and not Nikki's Wi-Fi.
No,
Yeah, no,
Nikki's Wi-Fi just died.
Oh, rest in peace. It's fine, the scientists can make rolls.
Okay. What would you like me to roll?
What would you like to look for? I'm leaving this up
I'm
to
testing
you.
things. Oh, nifty. I was looking at the algae to see if there was any strange growths that are... I can't see the map. Oh, no, I can't. I just was scrolled way far up. Yeah. I'm excited to go in here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Which way did the scrimp go?
It went inside, past about here, if you can see my ping.
Uh-huh.
It's you kind of lost track of it because of the amount of silt that it was kicking up.
That's
And
fair.
since you guys had to pause to suit up and exit the submersible, it has now proceeded into the cave in a direction that you are not familiar with.
Mm. Uh... I don't know. I'm just gonna. I'm looking at algae. I didn't see anything. I didn't roll any successes with my little test roll I did there.
Actually, you know what? Just can I have everyone give me an observation?
woo, a
So,
success.
if you click the actual skill, Nikki.
I haven't filled in the skills yet.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say if you, because I think that will just show you the total. If you hover over, you got a 6. Cool.
Yeah, that's why I said I got a success. Yay! I'm
Nifty.
filling out the rest of it though.
No rolls on me.
That is
I got
social
one.
System. Okay, so we have one success.
I think 2.
Trey, why did you roll 5d20?
Hit the wrong button, okay?
You did get a 6. Okay, so as you guys start to tentatively make your way into this cave, you are met with a kind of stunning array of bioluminescent flora. There are strands of seagrass topped with cold blue glowing bulbs. There are corals that are lit from beneath, the light flickering up between the cracks in the coral. This entire cave, now that the silt is beginning to settle, is lit from within. And you can see it's an almost entirely new ecosystem of small fauna living within this kind of enclosed area.
So, scientists, anything to say? Because
I'm gonna touch the
my
bulb.
God.
Let me
Going to touch
take.
the grass. So you're taking a sample of the grass bulb.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Roll me.
I got gloves on.
Roll me a. So are you like actually collecting like a piece?
If I can, yeah.
Roll me your
I've
choice
got a
of
knife.
mobility or medical aid.
Medical aid or mobility. Well,
Sam, can I suggest also possibly a survival?
Yeah, if you would prefer to use that as well, I'll allow that.
well,
Can-
I'm a medic.
Can Marin also try to pick up stuff?
What would you like to take a sample of?
What other things are around besides the glowing bulbs?
Well, like I said, there was that on the grass. There was this underlit coral.
Yeah, I
and
won't
there's
go
a
for the
number.
coral.
Okay, sure.
All right, let's see if I got things set up.
So with 2 successes, Nin,
Yes.
you are able to carefully slice off these bulbs, a sample of one of the bulbs separately, and then a full tendril as well as one of the bulbs, and stow those away safely for later research.
Yippee!
And they maintain their glow slightly more dimly. When you sever them, they very rapidly get dimmer.
Okay.
Almost immediately. It's kind of like you're cutting a wire to a light.
Okay.
No
Interesting.
successes, Julia.
No successes, but I rolled 3 1s, so I could push it,
That's up to you.
right? Yeah, let's push it, right?
I'm not gonna make that call for you. Yippee!
Hey, yippee!
Okay. So similarly, you are able to study this piece of coral and find a nice piece to retrieve as a sample, and you kind of pull the top shell of this coral up so that you can get a better access point to the glowing membrane that's beneath it, and take a sample of that and stow that away. And it's worth noting for both of you that unlike the corals that you saw earlier, the corals in here are similarly very large, right? And they inhabit the bottom, the walls, even the ceiling in a bit, in some places. These ones are untouched. Obviously some of the ones on the bottom have small amounts of damage, but there's no indication of the reef walker feeding on these corals.
Nifty. Then I suppose Verdant will continue on deeper within the cave.
Okay.
He wants to
Go
see
ahead.
what the fuck this shrimp is doing.
Hey, Verdant canonically calls it a scrimp now.
1,
I
2,
just thought
3,
that's what the
4.
species was called.
It's just in his dialect. This is how French people speak.
Commander Plum is sticking pretty close behind.
I just don't want to
Gun
make
at
a
the ready.
mobility roll, so I am only moving 5 places at a time because Verdant is really bad at swimming.
And through all this, Honey is, falling behind, keeping an eye on everything, looking out for threats, etc.
Okay. You can feel free to move through the lit area, with impunity.
Is there anything over here?
There is. I shall mark it, or I shall unveil it, I should say.
This is so nice.
So as you pass that opening, you can see yet more glowing coral, and you can see a small,
Needlefish.
school of those small, needle-like fish, which I can post in, the server also.
What is that? I'm not gonna get super close to this because I see a fishy here, but I do want to look at Big Rock.
Okay. Roll me a, roll me a mobility. Now, this is
A
not as a
mobility.
stealth. This is not as a stealth roll, but more as a, being able to move up without being a disturbance kind of thing. You know what I mean?
All of
Verdant
us?
isn't good at mobility. I got a success though.
Okay.
Do you want
Well-
that from all of us?
Only the people that are moving up to that rock. If you would like to move up to that rock, you would also make one of those.
Commander Plum would be following.
Okay.
I would love to move up to that rock if I'm allowed.
Hey, my panic die. Yep, I make it.
Honey will follow too.
Mobility, you say?
Well, I'm moving up to this rock, yeah.
How far are you moving up, Nikki?
Just trying to get caught up to everybody.
Okay, so you wouldn't need to make a mobility unless you're planning on getting, actively close to the
At
big rock.
the rock.
Okay, good. Because Honey still can't move fast in this fucking suit.
She still hasn't gotten the hang of it. One day.
Hey!
Nice.
And of course, everybody will hear her cussing out the damn suit again.
Unfortunately for everyone, that is still a development that is yet to reach, the suits. We cannot
A
mute.
mute button.
Yeah, there's no mute. There's no mute honey button. Okay, so does anyone have the motion detector or any other kind of electronic equipment?
I have a motion detector. Do you want me to make a contact roll?
I have a radio, but I'm not using it.
Okay.
Do you want me
Julia,
to
do
make
you
a
have?
contact roll?
Give me just a second. Julia, do you have any other kind of
Nope.
equipment? Okay. So, both Verdant and Plum move up to this rock, that is the most intensely covered by, these pieces of glowing coral and other flora. Your electronic equipment starts to go a little funky. Even though you weren't using it, your motion detector starts sounding off contacts left and right, all around you, behind you, on you. Your radio starts to kind of crackle and fizz. Even your suit radios, all three of you, start to crackle and fizz. And you can feel that you've walked, or rather swum, next to something that is a very strong focal point of magic.
Oh, so the magic is futzing with our systems.
Is there a check I can make to see if it is safe to take a sample from this funny little rock?
I'm gonna go with either observation or survival.
Okay.
Anyone who is in that immediate vicinity can choose to make those rolls also.
I'll make observation.
Ooh.
No successes.
Julia, are you partaking?
I can
wait,
if I'm
no, fine.
allowed to.
That's still only 6. I'm good.
Yes, you are more than welcome to, as you are right next to Big Rock.
Great. Hey, that's fine.
Yippee!
And that's a 4 on my panic die, but I only have 1 stress, so that's nothing.
It's all good. Okay, so as far as you can work out, you should be fine. It's just that this is a... Consider it kind of a fountain, right? Where if you stand in the water, you won't spraying out of a fountain, you won't get hurt, but you'll just get wet.
Damn, it's getting all its magic juice on me.
Cease.
I am going to collect a sample for us. As safely as I can.
Okay. Same as before. Roll
Mobility?
medical aid, mobility, or survival.
Okay.
Sam, can I assist and or roll my own sample collection?
You may.
Great.
Trey. Not Trey. 3.
Hello. Oh. Well, that is correct. Like, I guess.
1.
Okay, so 4 successes altogether?
I.
Okay, so between the two of you, you are able to separate an entire several foot piece of table coral. And this piece of table coral has the same old, ridged, smooth top, but underneath, it's row upon row upon row of these kind of like mushroom gill shaped pieces of membrane that glow with a ghostly green color. And once again, as you separate this piece from where it was sitting, it almost immediately goes dim. But unlike the samples that you took before, and even though you don't notice any visual indicators that anything has moved, you feel like the area shakes and shudders a little bit. There's no silt kicked off the walls, but you feel it.
Question.
Hmm.
The other ones didn't appear to have been eaten. Does anything from this rock look particularly chomped?
No.
Okay.
Like the others, this appears to be untouched.
Can we see beyond this little bit?
Yes.
Okay.
Oops. Can I have Marin actually, specifically make an Marin and Plum make an observation roll for me?
Or
Hey, 2
Something over
successes.
here, I
in
assume.
mine. There it goes.
A panic.
Panic!
A panic!
Yippee!
Alright. How do I roll a panic dice on this thing?
Can you just
Maybe
click
you
the
click the
panic?
panic dice.
Nope.
Ha.
Cool, I'm just gonna roll a dice in real life then. Sam, does a 6 do anything? Like
Nah,
6,
you're-
like 5 plus 1? Okay.
Now you're good.
Right.
At
Marin
the
sees
top.
nothing.
Oh
Okay.
no.
Yeah,
What were you
Plum
saying,
got
Nick?
2 6s.
Julia, at the top, there's a roll menu that says roll 1d3, 1d6, 2d6, 3d6, and 66.
Oh, no.
Great, I hate that color though.
Okay, so Marin is too focused on getting and holding the sample. But Plum, as you are kind of looking around, keeping an eye on things as they retrieve
I figured it out.
this piece of coral, you notice that the majority of the wear and tear that's on the floor of this cave is leading off in this here direction.
Okay, so I could definitely see the tracks on the ground.
Yeah. And additionally, there is still a certain amount of silt in the air here. Or water. That is somewhat obscuring your vision, but it seems to be pretty self-evident that that's where the big fella you've been following went.
I'll make everyone aware of that fact,
Oh,
that the
that
big
is
fella
so
went down this
nuts.
hallway.
That it tells you what the
Tells
stress
you what the
does.
effect is, and I don't have to keep that open. Oh, I love that.
You'll have to show me how to do all this later.
Yeah, of course. I can help you. Okay.
Now, the one last thing. That big old sample that you just picked up,
Mm-hmm.
one of you is going to have to lug it around. Even considering the fact that you are suspended in the water and things are significantly lighter proportionally than they would be on land. This is still a big-ass chunk of table coral, and
Yeah.
one of you is going to have your hands full here.
Oh yeah, give it to Marin.
Can't Marin and Honey just get it back to the ship real quick?
Yeah, sure, if you want.
And then drop it off? Does that check out?
Drop the samples at extraction. But yeah, you're welcome to do that. That was terrible. I have brain rot.
too.
Vernon, give it to me. I got it.
Don't worry, I was thinking
Yeah.
the same thing.
Do you want help?
It's
I'll
okay.
help you?
I mean, if Honey wants to walk me back to make sure nothing eats me, I guess. Since
I
she's
could
so
help.
concerned with that.
But who will make sure?
Plum's here.
So
just to
what's
make sure,
up?
am I the only one that has Nikki choppy?
No,
Yeah, no,
Nikki
it
was
is
also
choppy.
very
Okay,
choppy.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
I'm inferring what Nikki was going to say, which would be, well, who makes sure that Verdant doesn't get eaten? To which my response was, "It's okay, Plum's here."
Yeah, he's got a. Oh my God,
I think we may want to look inside its chamber. Might be sitting
Okay.
on top of something important.
I
hate
will
to
happily
say, but
come with you.
Okay, so
let's
I'm
have a
just gonna
look.
lug this back by myself then. I'll be fine.
No, have Honey go with you.
Yeah, you
Oh,
three are with me.
Plum, be careful of those fish.
I'm so glad that you mentioned that. You beat me to it. If you're swimming past, you will need to make another mobility check.
I told Plum to be careful.
Well, that's the only way past. The only
5,
way
10.
to
15, 20.
our
Can we
quarry
go
is past it.
around the Finch?
If you want to go the long way around, sure. Yeah. I
Yeah.
still want you to make a mobility roll, but it might be slightly easier.
Okay. Yeah, because I want to, if possible, go like along this wall and just take the long way.
Hey, success on the panic die.
Because guess who doesn't have mobility?
Never mind. You're just really good at rolling mobility.
I'm really excited to see these fish, guys.
So me and Verdant sneak right on past.
Hopefully.
Well, you move past, and they don't seem to change their behavior at all. They're still just kind of milling about that piece of that large piece of rock and coral. And
Okay,
as
so
you
that
guys
cuts
move
off.
up here, you reveal the last large piece, a large chamber, rather.
Scrimp.
So, as you guys swim up, you see the reef walker. And it seems quite a lot larger in person now that you're not looking at it from the bridge of a submersible. But it's folded its legs up beneath it, and it is just kind of lying on the ground. And the cloud of these small needle-nosed fish are still kind of crowding around it. And I would like both of you to make me an observation check. And Marin and Honey can
Okay, I'm good.
proceed
Return.
back up as whenever they wish. I'm not gonna make you hang out there forever. Just
I
put
get
the
one
stamp
success.
back on.
I get one success and make a panic roll, but pass without any issue.
Cool.
I got 3 successes.
Very sorry. I have just been struck with the most violent urge to sneeze, and it's not coming. Okay, you said 3 successes? Okay.
Yep, and one success from Plum, so 4 in total.
Okay, so both of you are able to see this. As these fish are all swimming around, you can see through the swarm that the reef walker is not just sitting idly. And it is instead, you can see its mouth parts kind of undulating outwards, and it is dispersing small chunks of coral into like a kind of pile onto the ground. And its front 2 legs are kind of managing this pile and keeping it kind of contained in a semi-organized fashion. And as you continue to look, you see that a lot of these other like piles of coral are dotted around both this chamber and the previous ones, and have kind of been the foundation for a lot of these larger coral growths.
Oh, so anything that goes through it becomes enlarged.
Well, I mean,
Sorry, real quick. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2.
we
Hello.
can hear you now.
Okay, sorry about that.
You're good. Just to clarify, Trey, the coral in here isn't necessarily larger than the coral that's outside on the reef. It's that it is abnormal. It's not larger per se, it's just different.
So, Sam,
example-
is this shrimp farming?
You could probably make an argument for that.
Okay.
But just to finish the clarification, these are just kind of like, for example, some of the coral or other flora species in this cave are ones that you vaguely recognize, but they've changed. So things that display that normally don't display bioluminescence do now, or things that generally, conform to a certain shape or structure. It's clearly the same base thing, but it's
mutating?
Yeah.
I think we've seen enough, and we should make our way back. Whatever that thing touches seems to mutate horribly.
It probably has more to do with the magic, but okay.
Well, the magic. Where's the magic coming from? It or around us?
Verdant shrugs.
I think whatever magic made that thing big is also affecting the fauna that it comes in contact with, the flora it comes in contact with. It's worth researching, but we can't bring that specimen back alive. I think it's best we take whatever coral samples we can and leave.
Aye,
Speaking of
Captain.
which, I'll reach up to that glowing coral sample right next to me and grab a chunk as well.
Okay. Same deal as before. Mobility, medical aid, or survival.
Make a mobility.
Man, Trey, you gotta get new dice.
Hey,
Except for
no,
your stress dice. Your stress dice has been cooking.
The stress die has been cooking.
Okay. You're able to, not quite so gracefully as the, professionals, but you're able to secure a piece of that coral. And stow it away safely.
And then I think we head back.
Yeah. How far have Honey and Marin come, by the way, Nikki and Julia?
I was waiting for Sam to tell us how long it would take to take the sample back to the ship and come back.
They said you could come back whenever.
Yeah, I said
Oh.
that it wouldn't take very long, and you can come back at your own
Oh,
leisure.
yeah, then I would just go and come back.
Okay.
I'm so sorry, Sam. I completely missed that
No, dude,
instruction.
don't worry about it. I'm not gonna judge you for a little bit of jankiness with how janky this stream has been.
As you guys come to like this point, Verdant will very quickly say, "Watch out for those fish, please! Please don't bother those fish! I don't need one of you getting swarmed."
I will need you to make mobilities as you pass the big rock.
Okay.
I hate this fucking suit.
You can always push it. Oh dear.
Panic!
Julia
All right, Nin,
cannot
how
push
do
it.
how do I roll the magic panic?
Yes. So in your character sheet, under where your stress is marked, there's a you
Uh-huh.
click where it says stress level.
Oh, I'm fine.
Alright, so I succeeded on the panic die. But I
We
pushed.
also point
Oh
out
wait,
I rolled
that's
a
right.
3, 4, 5.
Nikki, if you have your stress in, it automatically adds your panic.
Yeah, I see that, but I was trying to push and it didn't work.
Ah. I think to push you just add a stress and then try again.
Yes.
Well,
you
no, there-
Yeah,
roll
you
any.
just click the push button.
Well, specifically, you add a panic and roll all the failed ones. You don't have to re-roll the successes.
Well, I tried to push. I tried to hit the push. Well, I mean, I failed all of them. I tried to use the push button and it didn't work. So it said cannot read properties of undefined reading substring. So we'll have to fight with all these buttons later.
It seems to have worked to me. I mean, it added the stress dice, and then you got 2 successes.
I did it manually.
Oh, okay, never mind. Fair enough then. So as you guys move past, Honey manages to get to grips with the suit enough to, slide through the water gracefully for once. However, as Marin passes, actually, wait. This doesn't necessarily need to happen this way. You got 2 successes, Honey. You could share one with Marin.
Be a bro.
I guess I'll share one.
Okay.
You don't sound pleased with that.
Thank you.
I finally got a success.
And listen, think about it this way: you got 2 successes because you made one of your teammates not fail.
So we're going by, and I see Marin getting a little too close to the fishies, and pull her away.
Yeah. And you are both able to slide by without being detected.
Which is extra funny because Honey's like half her size.
To be fair, Marin is big.
It hurts.
So, is there anything that any of you would like to actively do before you make your exit?
It is creating like one of these gross little rocks, right?
Yeah, it's creating a mound.
I'm gonna look at one of these gross little rocks
Sure.
that aren't as pretty and well grown. And is it just rocks or is it closer to soil? Like, how would you describe it?
It's so it was pulverized coral, and it was pushed together into a mound, and that mound has kind of solidified and acted as a base that new corals are now growing off of, like full corals that have all of the fancy little glowing doodads.
Mm-hmm. I would like to take a sample of specifically the base material.
Okay. Same deal as always, you know the drill.
The worst part is having to tab between. We said medical. Boop.
Nice. Okay, so once again you are able to chip away a chunk of the base to this formation, and seal that away in a container to bring back with you.
All right, now I think we're good to go. Thank you for joining us on this side of the rock. We're going back. Verdant gives a thumbs up. And very carefully, we'll try to swim past the fishies.
Okay.
Mobility check.
We're gonna do a group mobility. So yes.
I pass.
Hey. I'm being so careful because I have bad mobility.
Woo! So did that prawn eat something that it's not supposed to? Why is it puking?
It's making a pile. So sometimes it's like you know how ants will like gather things to kind of make the things grow. I think that's what the scrimp is doing. Now I could be wrong about that, but that's what I think is happening.
Okay, so you are all able to excuse me. You are all able to slide out past the rock without being bothered or otherwise harangued by any of the fauna within the cave. And you are free to make your exit if you wish to.
And I think that's what we'll do.
Alrighty. If no one objects.
So,
Zoom.
Verdant, what would those needlefish have done to us if we had triggered their ire?
Well, it could do a few things. See, it's a symbiotic relationship with the scrimp, so it's possible that it would alert the scrimp of something being in its territory. Um, but also, more importantly, they get real bothersome because little fish like that, they tend to dart in and out of sight, just in your vision, and they'll swarm around you. Like, when you see dozens of them swarming around the shrimp like that, that's a big bait ball, essentially. Um, can you imagine how hard it would have been to move if those things were darting around you?
Well, happy that didn't happen.
I mean, I don't want to test it, but if you want to go touch the fish, feel free.
I'm good, thanks. I think I've already stated my preference for breathing.
Like I don't know like a ton about the needlenose fishies because like I said, they're typically just hiding. Um but they work very close usually with whatever predator that they are hiding with.
Wonder how they taste. Because I don't know about you guys, I'm kind of getting sick of the mess slop.
I mean, if you catch some, I can definitely help you out.
Let's avoid angering the scrimp.
Okay. And with that, I think it is high time that we return to Point Gorgon. All I will require from you is one last round of observation rolls as you board and set off once again.
Holy shit, I can see God.
Fucking hell, you took all my luck.
Hey,
Observation.
I even saw something.
Holy crap, Nin.
I look up and I see Sam.
Man, here comes my online dice roller bad luck.
Now you're good.
I've rolled like a stress the last like 3 rolls I've done.
But
You didn't panic.
I didn't panic, and I got 1 success.
well, you did panic. You just didn't panic badly.
Yeah, I still saw stuff.
Okay, so, mercifully, as you guys make your way back, you don't run into anything nearly as large. Again, you see the expected, normal flora and fauna sliding past the reinforced glass of the submersible. And slowly you begin to ascend until you are cruising like a couple of meters below the waves on the way back to Point Gorgon.
How do our samples fare as we go further from the cave?
So, as you proceed further and further from the cave, the dim light that remained after separating them slowly goes out, but otherwise they remain intact. They just lose their bioluminescence.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and after several hours of transit, actually more like a day of transit, you find yourselves coming up on the moon pool, the big old docking bay of Point Gorgon. And as the submersible is lifted out of the water and you disembark, once again, Senjar is there to greet you. I trust that your expedition went well.
We saw a very large reef walker.
We did, in fact, find a Leviathan-class creature. And we made some concerning discoveries.
Concerning how?
I'll let the scientists explain this part.
Well, you know what a reef walker is, yes?
Yes, of course.
This one was about 10 meters large.
Well, that is consistent with other observations about common creatures becoming abnormal.
We went into its nest, and it seems like it has nested with magical energy. And it seems as though it is bringing corals and stuff to that magical energy, and then infusing them with more magical energy.
You mean
We got some
infusing it
samples.
from itself, or?
Well, there was this one really big magical coral. Marin mentioned something about the ley line. So we don't know if it's like infused itself with that magic and then was putting that into the rocks. We didn't want to touch the giant scrimp.
That is quite wise. I did not expect that of you.
But we got lots of samples.
That is excellent news. I'm sure that you and the other scientists will have an absolute field day enjoying those. It is concerning to note a correlation between these abnormal creatures and ley lines, if that is the case. We will have to investigate that further.
Yeah, do you have any... Oh, I'm sorry, Verde. I thought you were done reporting. You can finish up. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I was just going to say it would be a very good idea to probably get an in-person, setup there. Because if you take the coral away, it seems to kind of fade a little bit more. And so you can't get all of the magic juice.
Well, perhaps next time you can bring some of your more specific instruments to study them on site. I don't think that it is viable at this time to be able to set up a forward outpost like that, but maybe in the future. What was it that you wanted to say, Merin?
If you have any maps or anything that I can start cross-referencing.
Maps... Oh, of ley lines, of course.
Yeah.
I will speak to Eckhart. I'm sure I can have those on your desk.
Great, thanks.
Do you have anything else to report?
Nothing that Verton didn't already say.
No real
Oh
run-ins
no,
with.
there is something. There is something. The either the magic or the shrimps themselves, we're not entirely sure, but they definitely screw with radio frequencies and stuff. We were picking up some weird signals on the way to their nest, and our comms were a little fuzzy inside of the cave.
Hmm. I will let Denson know about this. Thank you. I'm sure that is something that we do not want to have any more severe problems with. At these kinds of depths, mechanical and electrical failures can be quite catastrophic. I will let you get about your days then. Thank you for your report. And I will have those maps on your desk, Marion.
Thank you.
So, honey, you want to see if any of these make you taller?
You really want me to shoot you, don't you?
No, but like for real, can I, if I manage to extract some of like the magic juice, can I use you as a test subject?
No, honey is not a test subject to see if you can get taller, Marin.
No, not for me, but you know that this is like my actual field of research.
I know, but you can't use someone else. Like, you gotta use a fish for that.
Yeah, but my whole thing.
I know,
I
I
can
know,
make
I
the-
know.
It doesn't matter if I can make the fish bigger if I can't apply it to humanoid research.
In the middle of this bickering, Honey's just gonna walk away and head towards the training area.
You know how many successful experiments I've done on fish and crustaceans and other sea life. You know it doesn't matter unless I can apply it to humanoids.
And how many of those fish that you tested on got killed because of some weird magic disease?
Also, as she walks away, she'll, do the come on to the captain.
The captain will
Try to get
follow
some
and
more
wish them a good
tobacco
evening.
from-
Okay. It's not my fault that in my limited, study, it had a 30% survival rate. And
That's why we don't test it on people, Marin.
I also wasn't given any land animals to test on.
We study fish!
Yes, but if I can apply the fish, like the stuff that affects the fish, to land animals, and then if I get a higher survival rate, like even just a little bit, like maybe 40, like if I could just get a 40% survival rate,
I
and
feel
then I
like
can try humanoids.
I have a lot of thoughts, and I'm not going to share them. And you already know my thoughts.
Yes, I already know your thoughts. That's why we got partnered together to begin with.
Julia, are you doing Mad Scientist twice in a row?
Yes.
The difference is Nyx experimented on herself and was only interested in research for herself.
Okay, I see. So what you're saying is that Nyx was more ethical.
That's what I'm hearing.
Lizard from Marvel Comics.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's kind of Marin's vibe.
Okay. Well, with that horrendous ethical implication, I think we're gonna end it here for tonight. Thank you all for being here. I apologize for all of those technical difficulties. That sucked. But hey, figured it out in the end.
I got there in the end.
But anyway,
Look at me getting through an alien session without any stress.
incredible. All right.
Oh, we have
Guess-
to do XP.
True. Yes. Thank you.
Guess what
I
time it
forgore.
is?
You can still end the stream though. We can do this.
No, we're doing XP
No.
on stream.
All right.
It's much
Yeah.
more fun.
Let me.
Also, Fun fact, you can add each of your feats individually, and if you click your feats, it will give that one specific definition, which is
So
really nice.
Okay, where's my
As seen
There
in
is.
mess hall.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out if you could like post it into the chat because I know with the Dungeons and Dragons stuff you can, but it doesn't
I
look like
don't
you
think
can.
so.
Because yeah, that was one of the first things I filled in because it's such a nice reference.
Alright, so experience time. Did you participate in the game session?
Yes.
Yippee! Did you risk or sacrifice something to further your personal agenda?
Yes.
No.
What was that, Julia?
We risked our lives getting samples to bring back to study to.
Did we
That
though?
was
I don't think
that
we
was
really
the
risked our
core.
we?
That was the
lives.
core mission. I don't know if that
Well,
counts
I'm
for
sorry,
your
that's my personal agenda.
What's your personal agenda, word for word?
Figure out how the biology of the deep works and unlock it in humans.
Okay, you know what? Fair enough.
Wait, what if my personal agenda is look into the biology and adaptations of little fish? Because I looked at a lot of adaptations of fish today.
Mine's just get out of debt, so I didn't really get out of debt.
No, you did not get out of debt. Okay, so Marin and Verdant, I'll allow it.
Yes.
Yay!
Did you risk your life for your buddy PC?
I don't have a buddy. None of us
No.
really
We
risked our
didn't
lives.
do a lot of life
Life risking,
Risking.
yeah. Did
And
you
I don't know.
challenge or stand up to your rival PC?
I don't have a rival.
I just kind of
I made
taunted
fun
Honey a
of
lot, but I don't
rivalry.
consider them a rival.
Did you make a panic roll?
Yes.
Yes. Also, I know exactly how to antagonize my rival. Hey, Marin, your mom gay.
Whoa,
What?
we can't be saying that. We can't be
Oh,
saying
we can't be
I-
saying that.
that.
Oh, sorry.
I think it's probably fine, but don't.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it's fine. Sorry.
Did you overcome a dangerous event using violent or non-violent means? I'm gonna say yes. You all did.
Yay.
Hooray.
Did you make? For once, this is actually the case. Did you make a significant discovery or revelation?
We did. The fish is
Yes.
getting weird.
These fishes do be weird. Did you perform an extraordinary action of some kind? No.
I saw God.
You did, but that doesn't count. And
Damn.
did you earn any money? No.
No, we didn't.
Boo.
Senjar doesn't pay
Yet.
yet.
Alright. Now with that over with, we're gonna leave the night off.
Okay.
Thank you all for being here. We'll see you next
Hey,
time.
Sam.